He weighs over 100 pounds, snaps his powerful jaws, and his scaly skin contradicts the warm fuzziness typically associated with emotional support animals. Yet, for some, he is a source of great comfort. This introduction may sound like the beginning of a curious horror story, but it's in fact a real-life narrative about an emotional support alligator. Such tales challenge our perceptions of companionship and well-being, leading us to wonder, how far can the bond between humans and their non-traditional pets go? In the burgeoning suburbs of Florida, tales of alligators aren't unusual, but having one as an emotional support animal is certainly extraordinary. While dogs, cats, and even birds are commonly thought of when considering support animals, alligators like Wally are redefining these boundaries. Wally the alligator, famously known as a comforting companion, is not an anomaly, but part of a growing trend where people are turning to unusual pets for emotional support. Wally's story isn't just a novelty, it highlights a fundamental shift in how we perceive animal-assisted therapy. Traditionally, this form of therapy has involved animals that are inherently domesticated and perceived as safe. Alligators, on the other hand, challenge this norm due to their predatory nature and physical makeup. Dr. Sandra Baker, a psychologist specializing in human-animal interactions, states, "What we're seeing is a broadening understanding of how humans connect with different species. An alligator, despite its fierce exterior, can form meaningful bonds with humans." The legal framework surrounding the ownership of such exotic animals for emotional support purposes is fraught with complications. In many regions, owning an alligator requires special licenses and adheres to strict regulatory guidelines, which include extensive safety measures and habitat conditions. These legal necessities not only point to the complexities of such relationships, but also underscore the lengths to which owners must go to keep these unlikely companions. Formulating a bond with an alligator as an emotional support animal involves unique psychological dynamics. It transcends typical pet ownership, reaching into the realms of deep emotional connection with a creature that is neither naturally affectionate nor traditionally companionable. John Benton, an owner of a support alligator named Rex, shares, "It's not about cuddles, it's about the understanding and respect that builds between us. He senses my mood swings and reacts subtly by just being near." Experts in psychology posit that the connection might stem from the owner's appreciation of the animal's raw nature, which mirrors human psychological aspects of being misunderstood or underestimated. Dr. Emily Norton, a psychiatrist who has studied the effects of non-traditional pets on mental health, explains, "There is a metaphorical resonance people find with animals that are perceived as outsiders. It's a form of relating that goes beyond typical interaction and enters a space of emotional mirroring." However, the challenges are undeniable. The physical danger posed by such powerful animals cannot be ignored. Regular training, constant vigilance, and specialized housing are necessary to ensure safety. Additionally, from a psychological standpoint, the unconventional choice of an emotional support animal might lead to social isolation or judgment, complicating the owner's emotional landscape rather than simplifying it. In conclusion, the world of emotional support animals is evolving, with creatures like Wally and Rex showing that the contours of companionship are only limited by our own perceptions and preparedness for the unconventional. While fraught with challenges, the bonds formed are speaking volumes about the human capacity for connection, even with the most unlikely of companions. Whether this trend continues will depend greatly on societal attitudes and regulatory frameworks, but one thing remains clear: the healing power of companionship knows no bounds.